and welcome back. I hope all is well. This is part 1 of 2 on making a tribal remix. Drag your main song into the workspace. If you get this pop-up box, create a new stereo track. Delete the first track labeled Audio 1. Select the display mode pop-up menu. Select Custom. This gives you a greater view of the display. Let's find our project tempo. Type E to access the Smart Tempo tool. Select Analyze. Set the tempo to constant and match the project tempo to the tempo of your track. Apply project tempo to region and downbeat. Let's do a metronome check. That sounds good. Now we need the vocals for the song we want to remix. We're going to make our own vocals from the original song using iZotope's RX8 audio editor. Small disclaimer, this is a program I own and paid for in full with my own money. In no way am I affiliated or sponsored by iZotope or any of its products or services. I love this program and use it in almost every mix I make. Now let's continue. Open the file for your song. Quick side note, I have RX8, but RX10 is the newest version. For the one feature I use it for, I don't see a need to upgrade. On the menu to the right, scroll to the bottom and select Music Rebalance. Let's go over some quick settings. Under Quality, I always go for Best. I bumped the separation up a little bit, but if you separate too much, you'll start to lose some of those vocals. We'll EQ the vocals later anyway. Since we only want the vocals, we'll tell Music Rebalance to turn everything down but the vocals. We can separate to make stems, but we only need the vocals, so we can simply render at this time. Once rendered, close the Music Rebalance window. Select File, Export, and select AIFF file. I leave mine on 32-bit, but 24-bit also works. Rename the file to something you can easily find, and exit RX8. Add your newly made vocals to your workspace.
I'm tweaking. I'm geeking.
I moved the vocals to the top track for preference. Select the vocals track and press E. Select Smart Tempo and Analyze. Ensure the tempo is set to constant. We'll double the tempo speed to more closely match our project tempo. Apply project tempo to region and downbeat. If you zoom in a little bit, you can tell the tracks aren't in sync. Let's fix that by moving over the vocals track. Let's see what that sounds like.
Tweaking. I'm geeking. I'm tweaking. I'm geeking. I can't save no.
The idea is there, but boy, that's rough. Let's make our tracks a little bigger and color assign our top track. We can try yellow first. If you press Shift, Option C, you can copy the color to the track. That's a little too bright. Let's try orange. That's much better. Let's sync the vocals a little better with our main song. Let's zoom in quite a bit. Now that we're zoomed in, we can see the vocals on the main song are still not in sync. Let's fix that. Okay, now let's listen.
Tweaking. I'm geeking. I'm tweaking. I'm geeking. I can't save no. I'm tweaking. I'm geeking. I'm tweaking. I'm geeking. I'm tweaking. I'm geeking. I can't save no.
That already sounds way better. The vocals are synced, but we don't want to just hit export. We need to actually mix the two songs together to create a new remix and create something unique. Let's make sure we stay on count, but let's cut this section out. We'll cut this section out and come back and fill the gap later. I normally EQ last, but we can do it now since we're only using these two tracks. When I'm EQing vocals, I just use the Logic presets until I find the one that sounds the best. I ended up going with this EQ.
Tweaking. I'm geeking. I can't save no. I'm tweaking. I'm geeking. I'm tweaking. I'm geeking. I'm tweaking. I'm geeking. I can't save no.
After listening to both songs for some time, the ending isn't mixing well, so we're gonna cut it out and loop the beginning.
I can save you.
We'll make a cut here and delete the unnecessary vocals. We're going to select the beginning vocals, hold Option to create a duplicate, and we're going to move it to the end. We'll add a scratch effect and my DJ drop. I know I want 2 scratches here. I have a preset I use for the scratch kick. I use it in every mix. I'm going to turn it down because it's very loud.
Tweaking, I'm geeking, tweaking, I'm geeking. I can't save no. I'm tweaking.
That sounds good. Let's move on to filling in this gap.
Save no.
With this being the clean version, the last word is censored. We can cover that with repeating the last word and adding a scratch.
Save no. Save no.
I don't always make the scratches perfectly aligned. Making them slightly late or slightly early gives them more of a human element.
Geeking, I can't save no.
Just don't under or overdo it because it will just sound offbeat.
Geeking, I can't save no. 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 Save no.
In the club and you fall in love and you know you're dead or you're wrong.
Save no. Save no.
It's kind of catchy, right?
Tweaking, I'm geeking, I can't save no. I'm tweaking, I'm geeking, I'm tweaking, I'm geeking, I'm tweaking.
We can place our first drop here. And make the drops play on count with the beat.
Tweaking, I'm geeking, I'm tweaking, I'm geeking, I can't save no.
DJ Octubre.
I'm geeking.
The drop will be EQ'd, but that works for now. Let's continue.
Got the drink in the tank on me. Got the gas in the car. Metro.
I don't like how the vocals stop, but the original song keeps playing. Let's fix that. We'll cut that small section out, making sure we're on count and on beat. There's the laser beamish sound effect that I really like, so let's use that to complement the vocals.
Some told me to do it, but the perk you ain't had any.
Press Command D to duplicate the track and hold Option to duplicate the track section.
Got the gas in the car. Metro.
That's on beat, but it's not on count. It's a little too late. Let's get the laser beam effect by itself.
Got the gas in the car. Metro. Got the gas in the car. Metro.
That is awful. Let me fix that. Since we're replacing a part of the original song, we do want these to be as perfect as possible, so I'll zoom in as far as I can and align the beats near perfect. delete the section you don't need. Pro tip, one cut will cut multiple tracks if they're selected. Let's listen to the original song only. Sounds good. Now with the vocals.
No matter you dead or you gone. Got the drink in the tank on me. Got the gas in the car on. Metro, metro, metro.
That sounds way better than the track just playing underneath and brings both tracks closer together. Since we've changed the beginning, let's delete the previous section we copied and move over what we have now, but let's change it up slightly for variation.
Tweak it, geek it, tweak it, geek it. I can't save no, save no, save no, save no.
I'm going to pull back this slightly to make sure you can hear the entire word save.
Save no, save no.
Let's zoom in and sync the vocals. Let's fill in this gap so there's no clicking.
Tweak it, geek it, tweak it, geek it. I can't save no. Tweak it, geek it, tweak it, geek it, tweak it, geek it. I can't save no, save no.
That sounds good. For a little more variation, I'm going to cut out this part of the main song and replace it with scratches.
Tweak it. Say these trap made it the pro. I can't save no. Chauffeur open my door. I can't save you. Tweak it, geek it, tweak it, geek it. I can't save no.
That's really bad. Let's delete these unnecessary scratches and just do a simple 2-scratch break.
Tweak it, geek it, tweak it, geek it. I can't save no. Tweak it.
Let's sync the scratches a little better. These are too offbeat.
Geek it, I can't save no. Tweak it, geek it, tweak it, geek it, tweak it, geek it. I can't save no, save no.
That's going to do it for part 1. We'll finish the remix in part 2 next week. Thank you for watching.